Okay, so I'm just going to start off here with a real. If I had one thing that I was going to say to somebody, I wanted to help them get better as quick as possible, and I wanted them to understand my whole method as quick as possible. That didn't have advantage that you guys have got of seeing all the different videos and things like that. If I wanted to break it down into a really simple process, this bow to crossbow, this DOCF, this whole thing, this is how I would do it. Okay, and I think that you can relate everything that you've seen back to this. This is the basis of it all. This is the non-negotiable aspects, if you like, of the method. Non-negotiable from a sense that if you do this, then I believe you'll achieve what I've been saying I've achieved, and that is repeatability, no regression, and day-to-day good golf. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, is I'm put a target line down here, a rough target line. I've got this mic stand right here, and I'm going to set up in the stalk drill. So that is to say, open stance with the feet to the target line. Okay, so I'll do it a very, very open stance here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this mic stand, if you like, on that tangent of my legs is basically like a wall behind me, say the side of my body. As my left side is resisting the turn, I'm not turning, I'm resisting the turn, that becomes the side of my body. So no matter how in I take my arms, I cannot get my arms behind my body. Okay, so I'm just going to do that quickly, and I'm going to resist the turn with the lower body here, and I'm going to take the hands directly in there. Now you can see that shaft has basically caught the wall. So I've talked about the rate of the head and the grip end. I don't want the head to outrace. Okay, that would go straight inside. What I want is I want the grip end to go inside as much as I can against that resistance. There's the diametrically opposed circular force. There. And that is very rigid and tight, but I can't take it back any further behind me than that. Now what happens here, from here, is momentum of the club head is going to take me beyond this space that I can't go beyond myself. Okay, so I'll just step back a little from the mic stand. I'll do that there, and then I'll send the head here. Whoops. Okay, so I'm off on my tangent here. I'm going to resist the turn. I'm going to take my hands directly in. That's there. Then I'm going to give the head free rein to swing. There. And what that does, loads up everything in this right arm. The whole back of my right arm, and I've talked about taking the club this way. It just loads it all up. Okay? So how do we practice this? This mic stand's not ideal. We'd like a nice round tree or a telephone or electricity pole would be ideal. We want to set up about the distance from our right axis is about the length of the club we're using. Okay, I'm going to set up relatively square now though, and I'm going to resist the turn and take the club straight in like that. And if it wasn't John's mic stand, I would have whacked into the pole, and if it wasn't my new clubs. Okay, so what I'm looking to do there is I'm looking to get the entire back side of the club to catch the pole at the same time. I don't want the toe to bash into the pole. I don't want the heel to bash into the pole. This is total, absolute ownage of what you're doing in the takeaway here, guys. This is complete ownership of your takeaway. You are resisting the turn, you're taking it as in as possible, and you're managing both the rate of the shaft, the head and the grip, and you're managing the rotation of the shaft as well. You get it here, you own this, game over. Okay? Right there, bang. Okay? Every time. Can't miss. Can't miss. Here, every time. Now from there, we go into the sling and we do all the horizontalizing, we do all those things. But that in a nutshell, if you can get that, have perfect club face, perfect shaft on the wall. The whole shaft's on the wall. Now this is a different wall, obviously, to this one. Okay, you could almost say that this is perpendicular to that wall. Okay, this is not the wall of the lower body, this is the wall of the shaft. Straight back into the wall, and then it's going to load. And it's loaded all the way back along here, and I'm basically getting myself, the rest of the backswing is about me positioning my body for impact. I'm back against the wall, get in position, hit the ball. Okay, so this takeaway, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine to take full benefit of this. Okay, you can have, like Tiger Woods for example, he's not a bad player. We'll give him that. Despite his recent troubles, he's a very good golfer. So with Tiger, he catches that wall perfectly, but he just has the clubs just above his hands at this point. Okay. Now, you might have seen Daisuke's recent swings that I put up of him. Daisuke catches this wall, but he's quite low with the club head. But he catches the wall perfectly every time now, and he flushes it. Okay, so you know, I'm probably somewhere just a little bit in between Daisuke and Tiger. It's not quite, because I've got a little bit more active wrist roll. You see that brings the head up a little higher. If I roll my wrist, cup the left wrist for example, the head starts to get a little bit higher. If I did that a lot, cock my wrists early, you see the head get up a little bit higher a little sooner, and that's what Tiger does. And that actually gives Tiger a little bit higher hand position at the top. Quiros. Quiros, he's a little bit more bent over, very tall chap, bent right over, as a result probably of being 6'4", and he takes his hands directly in, but he really resists, and the shaft gets very, very steep very early. And that steepness rides up the wall, changes direction, gets the sling. Okay, so there's variations of it. I want you to understand the variations. We'll get into that with each individual. Okay, and that is, so I don't want to go into all the variations, but a different grip. I'll take a stronger left hand grip. A stronger left hand grip. Now if I take that club and put it on the wall, the same rate of the face, but my grip's changed. Here, I've got a little bit more angle in my left wrist than I normally do. Okay, so, but I'm still looking to get that on there. Now if you get the right shaft rate, but the face is just a little shut, it's not the end of the world, okay? As long as you've got, I think the shaft is, you know, number one in importance. The shaft relative to the resistance of the body. Catch that wall so that when it folds up, it folds up. Now when you catch that wall, you do not want to use your hands to lift the golf club. This is, I've talked about never trying to lift the golf club. John talked about the bowling feeling. We never want to feel we lift the golf club. If I smash it into the wall and let the head go, the head of the club will pull my hands up. I do not have to lift the golf club. So anyway, that was just a little overview. If I had 15 minutes to help someone and that's it, that's what I would do. Okay? Cheers.